Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is where we discuss everything about the stock market's closing action, how the day really panned out in trade, where were the gains and losses seen, also what happened to your investments in particular stocks. All of that coming up over the next 4 to 5 odd minutes. So do stay tuned on to with me. First up, let's look at the benchmarks and then the other key highlights as well. When the market slipped into the red, we had open gap down and they extended the losses. The markets, especially when you talk about the Sensex, it recovered some points off the day's low as well, but still managed to end in the red to close at 55,674, down about 100 odd points or 0.17% in trade. The Nifty as well, it slipped below the 16,600 mark, down just about 15 odd points or 0.09%. So the marginal losses were there towards the closing of the session. We have seen some recovery from the lows of the day as well, but still in the red. Talking about some specific stocks, then Infosys, ICICI Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, ITC, Tata Steel, these were the large caps that actually helped the 30 pack index really bounce back from the lows, even as Asian Paints, Reliance Industries, Bajaj Finserv, HDFC, L&T, HUL, Ultratech Cement, and Axis Bank really exerted pressure today. Also, broader markets, when you talk about the mid caps, they dipped 1.1% as well. The small caps extended losses by and dipped almost 0.5% in trade today, so underperforming the benchmarks really. So of course we had seen weaker global cues, not really supportive of the sentiments on the upside in today's trading session. Of course, there's nervousness right ahead of the RBI's monetary policy as well, which has begun. The 3 days monetary policy committee meeting has begun today. The outcome will be seen on the 8th of June as well. There is a wide expectation that the RBI will continue raising the rates this time around as well. The point will be to see how much of the quantum of a rate hike happens this time around. Of course, we have seen in today's trading session that BSE's market cap stood at 256.42 trillion rupees in today's trading session. When you talk about the advance and the decline ratio, there were more declines today. 1970 declined shares, whereas advances to the tune of 1429. 158 shares remain unchanged today. In terms of the stocks that hit their 52-week highs and lows, also similar pattern. 72 stocks hit their 52-week high today. 75 of them hit their 52-week low as well. On the other hand, when you talk about the stocks on their upper circuit and lower circuit, again, number of stocks hitting their upper circuit was 294. Number of stocks hitting the lower circuit is 266 as well. Now, of course, as I said, the RBI's monetary policy will be definitely in focus even as we move forward into tomorrow's trading session. Experts believe that volatility may continue both in the global front and the domestic front as well. Oil prices, which have risen after Saudi Arabia raising their selling price, adding to the current global inflationary pressure. We have seen the oil and gas space really reacting to that news in today's trading session. Stocks like All India, they actually jumped 11, 15 odd percent in today's trading session. So, sharp rise coming in on that front. But on the other hand, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, that stock hit an all-time low as well today. It fell 3% in trade. It has been on a constant, under constant selling pressure as well. We did speak to Avinash Kurukshakar, who believes that in the short term, there may be some lackluster trade that you will witness. However, he does not believe 700 rupees would be breached on the downside. So in the near term, there could be some more pressure, some more pain for all the investors of LIC, but he does believe as a contra bet that over the period of long term, 2 years or 3 years, the stock will really bounce back and become a four-digit stock. Well, hopes are pinned onto that, especially for all those investors who had got the allotment and are quite disappointed with the kind of move that we have seen on LIC as well. Even as we move forward, SpiceJet was a stock that was in focus today, down 1.4%, as the DGCA asked the airline to retrain about 90 pilots of the MAX 737 as well. IDBI Bank added nearly 2% on the report that Prem Vasa may acquire a controlling stake right there. So the stock reacted with an almost 2% jump today. Zomato fell about 3% with the report saying that board may soon approve a Blinkit acquisition as well. So keep that in mind too. So that could be definitely a stock moving kind of a news today. The stock was hovering near about 69, down 3.12% in today's trading session. We already talked about Oil India, ONGC. These were the stocks that were definitely in focus today. LIC ended at 777, down almost 2.8% in trade today. The market cap slipping below 5 lakh crore rupees mark. Select private banks gained in a tepid market. However, We did see some movement coming in on Kotak Mahindra Bank, on Bandhan Bank as well, on REL Bank. These were the stocks that were moving in trade today, overall in the session as well. Now, when we talk about the other expert moves and the kind of recommendation that they have in today's trading session, after looking at the kind of volatile move that we've seen, Vinod Nair, who's the head of research at Geojit Financial Services, believe that this volatility is likely to continue. Better than expected US jobs data has triggered some worries on the Wall Street as it gives Fed more room to hike rates, and that's something that the nervousness has kicked off all about. So, keeping that in mind, we'll have to be on a sticky wicket. We'll have to see how the markets really maneuver through all of this till that time, because the earnings are behind us. A large amount of focus will be on how the FPI outflows remain at this point in time, what are the global markets going to be trading at, and also the domestic macro data. All of that will be important to track as we move forward from here. And with that, I wrap up this edition, but do stay tuned on to Business Today TV as a whole lot more of news and updates continue from the world of business and stock markets.